Agents of Damned is a podcast intended for adults, featuring mature content that includes but is not limited to inappropriate language and themes, verbal depictions of sexual themes and ideas, and potentially triggering depictions of depression, alcoholism, horror, and emotional and verbal abuse. Listener discretion is advised.
We at Agents of Damned would like to give special thanks to third-party creators we are using during this season. Monster stat blocks are coming courtesy of Nerds Gold Extended Bestiary, as well as Kobold Press's Tome of Beasts 1 and 2. Magic items are coming courtesy of Mr. James Gifford, although there are a few here and there that may be courtesy of our patrons, and we'll shout those out as they come along. You can find all these people at their respective social medias, and make sure to continue to give support and thanks to those third-party creators out there. We'd also like to take a moment to give some real special thanks to our friend Eymbr for providing additional music during this episode. You can find her works on her YouTube, spelled Eymbr. Again, that's Eymbr. Some fantastic tracks, and it's a real treat. So, without any further ado, on to the show. Hello everyone and welcome to Agents of Damned, the Contractors arc. I'm your Dungeon Master, Drew, and I'm also a Reddit reader who doesn't read Reddit because I have Reddit read to me. That we just talked about off audio. And now Christina is going to say words.
Hi guys, I'm Christina. I play Leah. That's it.
Second time, no intro. All right. Hey guys, I'm Chelsea. I play Tara, and I get Reddit through Shane Top as God intended.
As God intended.
As God intended.
The figure's prepared, but the grief remains. Maybe you will feel happy if you laugh instead of cry. Hi guys, I'm Jordan, sometimes Hoshi. I play Post Delvery. That was one of the weirder ones I read.
I don't like that one.
Yeah, that was
that one was toxic as fuck. That one was like, oh, you crying? Why don't you laugh instead of cry, you fucking bitch?
I don't remember what that was from.
That sounds like toxic positivity, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
I really don't remember what the hell the context of that episode
Be happy
was.
instead.
What's the Digimon that these quotes are from?
Angoramon.
Angoramon canceled? Question mark.
Canceled? Question mark.
Hi. So anyway, what about a recap?
A recap?
Yeah.
I mean, it was pretty simple. You guys fought tooth dinosaurs at the end.
And
I think there was something with those
There was a few
Emerald
other
Raider
things.
fucks and the fact that the
you
car
guys
was
fought tooth
taken from
dinosaurs, and
us.
that's all that happened.
Okay, cool. Then
Okay,
continue.
actual recap. So you guys fought tooth dinosaurs. It was going well, and the Tooth Fairy showed up. And then she made the tooth dinosaurs into toothier dinosaurs, which were viscerally upsetting, but we won't rehash that. The Tooth Fairy managed to escape your ire after insulting everyone's mothers, but posed particular offense to it.
Well, just being post mothers. You didn't say anything about Leah's.
No, she said all of your mothers are bitches.
Oh,
so
all
it's
of
still
our
in
mothers. Okay.
there. So she made her escape. But you guys won the day and are the heroes of the Fey realm. You went and tracked down the unmatched Ulrich, who revealed his name is just Ulrich. And that he's a pretty high level, artificing engineer and magical researcher at Sidco, and works pretty directly with one of the CEOs, Sibo. Upon him agreeing to tell you guys the truth that he is not actually a prehistory dope like he keeps saying, but a man from the future, he agrees to take you to his time machine, which you have found to be stolen by El Silvon, who has left you guys a note saying, hey, sorry I took it. Also, if you come by and see me afterwards, I probably won't know that I took it because the me that you know would not have taken it yet. But I think you guys have to see Todd. Seems like that's the thing. So you guys go to see Todd, and Todd takes on the great sacrifice of entering the Tanglewood with the grim task of remembering all the way up into the future to tell them to send someone to the past to come get you. And it works, but at what cost? Who will remember Todd now?
Who?
And the answer is no
Huh?
one.
What?
Yep, no one remembers Todd.
Who's Todd?
Remember?
No.
No.
Remember what?
Yeah,
what were we
exactly.
talking about?
I don't know.
They
we're,
were
back
raiders.
we're back in the present.
We're in a forest.
Oh, yeah. So, you guys see a portal open up. And as the portal opens, Leah notices that the vegetation is different and that this is a different forest than the one that you guys were at previously. An arrow lands by your feet, and you are challenged in your approach by the Emerald Raiders, the ones who opened the portal for you, but are unsure of who you are or your intentions. And that is where we resume our tale today. Once again, I tell you that the arrow flies, it shoots into the ground in front of you, and from the trees you hear a voice go, "That's far enough." Again, you are challenged and under the custody of the Emerald Raiders. As is our customary greeting, we are the Emerald Raiders. We fight for the trees. If you burn them down, we shall eat of your knees. What say you?
What?
What?
That's concerning.
Well, don't fuck with the trees. Pretty easy system.
I mean, fair
I mean,
enough.
yes.
Yeah, it's very simple. You know exactly what will happen if you fuck around. You don't need to fuck around and find out, because you've already found out.
How many knees have you eaten?
I don't want
Don't
the
ask
answer.
questions
Actually,
you don't want the
I do
answer
want the
to.
answer
Fair.
I
Yeah, it
do
sounds
want
like you
the
don't
answer
want
to
the
that,
answer to
actually.
that.
Can you explain?
What?
I want the answer to that question.
Leah, I don't think we need the answer to
Yeah,
that
no,
question.
I
even I'm
want it.
changing my mind on
Leah.
that.
It sounds like it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sounds like it's gonna be 8 more if you we keep mouthing off. That's the answer to that question. Now you guys gonna answer my questions. Who the fuck are you?
Well, I am Postal Delvray. These are my...
Don't know who that is.
Wow, okay, rude. These are my compatriots who, honestly, at this point, I'm going to assume you haven't heard of either. We work for jobbers.
What?
What forest are we currently in? That will help me explain this situation further for at least myself.
Are all of you unfamiliar with the Emerald Raiders? Because you are in the Emerald Woods.
Would I know where that is?
In relation to where we were.
Yeah.
I will say, everyone roll history. Relatively low DC, but I still will want you to hit it, because we can get some fun gaps in knowledge.
19.
I got a 10.
Dirty 20.
10, I'll say 10 is just enough, so you don't know super in depth, but all of you have a general knowledge of this, because it's a relatively well-known thing about the world. The Emerald Woods are essentially a hyper-extended druid grove, in that there's a heavily forested area well outside of Silvery Moon that is essentially the Emerald Woods, which is their kind of nature protected barrier zone, which is not the druid grove proper. And then there's an inner sanctum druid grove that's a city of wood and leaves, as people tend to purport it as. That is well known because it is the combined project of one Winterra Dark Knight and Bookworm, known as heroes of the Age of Despair. The Emerald Raiders are relatively well known as they are kind of the guardians of this zone here, keeping anyone from messing with the forest and keeping anyone who should not be allowed into the city proper from getting anywhere nearby. You have come into contact with some Emerald Raider washouts, one of which is Felicia.
Yep.
So you will at least be semi-familiar with some of their tactics. But you get the feeling that if there are washouts in the program, that they probably weren't quite up to snuff to how these guys would be.
So, with relation to the question that I asked earlier, how far away are the Emerald Forest, Emerald Grove, whatever, to where we were before?
I'd say the Emerald Woods are, by traditional methods of travel, they're roughly about a week's travel away from where you are.
Good lord.
Okay. Right, so we just came through a Feywild portal. We were previously about a week's travel in a different forest, dealing with a situation, and we need to get back to that forest.
What's the date?
That too.
The date?
Yes.
Why, and he names a fantasy date.
And that is in relation to what date it was when we left?
It is 3 days before you left.
Son of a bitch.
Host, you can travel fast, right?
Twice as fast as a standard trip? Maybe?
For 3 days straight?
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to assume, no.
Nope.
Yeah,
For
no.
those of you that didn't
Just
see,
an expeditious retreat.
I-
for
all
you
the
listening,
way.
I was like, nah, like,
Carrying
Post would die of exhaustion before he got there.
I'm sweating so bad.
Look, we need to get back to the forest that's in Wunderberg. That's where we were aiming for, and I guess the Feywild portal opened about weeks further than we needed to be.
To be fair, I don't think we ever gave
We didn't.
whoever
maybe.
whoever it was that did this, we never gave them a precise location. Why can I not?
Yeah, it's weird. I
I'm
feel
drawing
like
a blank
was
so hard.
was it Bob? Was it? I don't know. I feel like there's a piece of my mind that's just gone. It's
It
very
feels like
strange.
it's just like it's
It was
in
Hearsome, that's what it was.
Was it really?
I think so.
Oh,
He's the one who's occupying a lot of my mind space right
you
now.
sure it wasn't anyone else?
Unfortunately, I don't think it was.
We did receive word from the Feywild, but as far as concerned, like, it was very minimal information just to meet some people here and to intercept them. We did not get information as to whether you're to be helped or hindered, so I need to suss out whether or not you are a danger to the woods.
Well, we
before
know
you get to
about
go
it, so it
anywhere.
would be help. Why would we know we're supposed to be hindered and go along with it willingly?
It's not about your willingness. We'll hinder you pretty good whether you like it or not.
That's not what I meant.
We're just trying to, again, we are trying to suss out whether or not you mean any harm to the woods, and if you are who you say you are, and all of those good things there. So, if you would be so kind as to come with us willingly, we will get things sorted out. Does that sound good?
Do we have a choice?
We don't have a choice.
I don't really think we do.
Then I'm not sure
You
why
hear
you're
like
last.
an
Let's
arrow.
go.
You hear another arrow like plink. Like, actually no, you don't hear another arrow plink nearby. You see a like tether of green energy go somewhere into the woods, and then like a high elven man appears behind you with like this big fancy bow, and he goes like, "You really don't have a choice now."
Okay, then
Yeah, we
stop
fi-
asking like there's a pretense for it. We'll go.
we figured as much. We'll just go.
I'd like to know you guys aren't gonna like pop off and then I have to shoot you,
No.
Oh.
because then I gotta like make more arrows.
We're
and, like, Arrows
surrounded.
take
Why-
like fucking
no.
forever, man. You're made arrows from scratch.
I can't. No, I'm a paladin.
It's like
I
your
don't
whole
do that.
afternoon.
Yeah, it's a hassle.
See, she knows what I'm talking about.
I really do. It's so tedious.
He goes for a pound.
Pounds
Goes for a
back.
dap.
Yeah, pounds
Yeah.
back.
Plus 10 affinity points.
The elf will remember this.
Very well. I appreciate you coming willingly and not causing a fuss. My name is Aras. I am High Archer of the Emerald Raiders and leader of the squad here. Well, the guys come out of the trees, and you see like you see 8 archers kind of like peek out from behind trees and like you'll wave at you.
So,
Talks.
Hi.
Saw, dude.
Tar waves.
Oh yeah, so this is my squad. I mean, yeah, obviously that had to be hidden, but yeah, if you'll come along with us, we'll get things sorted for you. And so you guys, unless we have any like objections, you guys make the journey along with Aras.
well, are you going to introduce us to them?
Yeah, what are all their names and favorite hobbies?
You know, long and hard about 8. I was assuming it was because they were important.
No, what happened when I like thought about like the number of them is that I looked at the minis I had set out for if you guys popped off
Walk me through your process.
to keep consistency, and I was like, yeah, there was 8 of them.
You don't have to answer the question. I was just fucking with you.
No,
Fuck you.
what are their names and birthdays and favorite hobbies?
I'm going to need their astrological signs.
And astrological signs.
Oh, we're not
Any
really
foot-
like that close. We're like, we're kind of like we just work friends. Like we have our own shit going on outside of work. I like to do pottery. Hey, Kevin, not now.
All right, got one. Kevin likes pottery.
Leah's
likes pottery.
Leah's left the other two, and she actually kind of saunters closer to Aras. And so I've done some research into the plants here in the Emerald Forest, but to be honest, not that much. Which one's your favorite?
I'll need a reminder for Christina. What was that like flower that like Tara made the Druid Grove out of, and that whole thing, or not the Druid Grove, but like made that like that plant stride thing out of that she gave the bookworm that one time?
Was it Osteria?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Wisteria.
Well, I mean, as an Emerald Raider, I mean, I carry the symbol of the Wisteria, and that tends to be my favorite, the symbol of my homeland. So I guess Wisteria is that. You're like lightly under arrest. Don't ask me questions. What are you talking about?
You answered. You could have told me to fuck myself and that you weren't answering questions.
That would be rude.
Listen, you didn't have to be polite.
I have manners. I wasn't raised in a barn. I was raised in the woods.
I need like a civilized person.
That was good. Purse likes Aras. Purse likes him a lot.
Oh God.
We're off to a great start.
Lilies are my favorite, personally. Pretty broad range. There's many
What
of them.
variety of lily?
As I was saying, there's a broad variety of them, none in particular.
The right answer was calla lilies, you casual.
Wow.
I feel like he's being an
No, I'm joshing you. I'm joshing you. Every flower is valid. Anyway, let's go to we're going to be escorting you to the city proper. I'm going to warn you ahead of time. Don't fuck around in the city proper, or I am obligated to shoot at you with arrows until you are dead. And more so than that, our leader is probably one of the most powerful druids on the planet. So don't... Like, just fair warnings, like, I don't know very much of you. You guys seem to be the adventuring sort. I've come across adventurers before. They've got a pretty, like, let's fuck around with shit attitude. We're gonna be in a place relatively soon where absolutely not. Absolutely don't.
Can you
Absolutely
define
don't do it.
fuck around for us so that we... Obviously, messing with wild, like, plant life is
not mess with
obviously
wildlife?
among that.
Do not mess with wildlife. I am probably gonna have you speak with our leader. So be polite.
All right. Easy
Alright.
enough.
Simple enough.
Avoid kind of like general direct insults. No no harming animals, no kicking puppies, no stealing.
Have you
shit.
had that happen?
People kicked puppies?
My whole job is to find people that go into an area that they know they're not supposed to be in to get up to dubious shit. And this is very different from my usual MO. Like you guys seem pretty nice, but you have to understand my guard is so very, very far up because it's gotta be. Because most people are coming in here to like, steal clippings of rare endangered plants that we're trying to recultivate to reintroduce to their ecosystems or shit like that. Some truly like nefarious shit to like mess with like the sanctity of nature. Think of the kind of person that wants to interfere with the goings-on of a peaceful woodland nation, and then think, okay, now that's the only person that you meet on a day-to-day besides like the people you hang out with, and that is my general thing to go off of.
I didn't realize that was such a common thing.
Oh yeah, like plants are fucking wild. Like there are people out there who use the power of plants almost exclusively for like poisoning and harming others, which I think is the wildest shit.
I can't
I've
even
ever
imagine
heard.
doing something like that.
Could you imagine?
Be
He
the
turns to you,
worst.
Leah, can you imagine, like, you're a fellow plant lover, obviously. Could you imagine only seeing plants as a way to harm others and to poison others?
Right, there's so much more you can do with them.
Yeah, you can heal, you can create art. There's so much you can do with wildlife and nature.
Yep, so much.
Leave that awkward pause. All right, so they escort you through like the woods. There's a pretty, like, not super lengthy, but like lengthy enough like period of travel like through this time. Like they're doing a lot of like wayfinding and finding like little secret paths for you to traverse across. You're seeing the way that they move and operate, and that kind of similar to what you saw before and what you saw during like your kind of entrance exam for jobbers. they seem to be able to like work with one another to like shoot arrows to create pathways to teleport to like anywhere kind of like adjacent to those pathways, which is very useful in such like a twisting, winding forest. Now, because you guys are not able to do that, they're essentially like kind of flitting around you as you guys walk, amongst the foliage and the trees on the ground, and they're just kind of keeping an eye on you. But as things go along, you guys get like a little bit further there, and you are starting to notice like some change in the general greenery. Now, this would be something that would be like a Leah roll to be like, oh, I noticed the change in the plants, but it's a pretty like noticeable change in that like there's a variety of like stuff up to a point, and then up to a certain point it's almost like a line in which it is almost like roughly 80 to 90% wisteria.
Pretty.
And as you reach that line, he was like, all right, welcome to the Treetop City. Well, the Treetop City proper. Let's get ourselves an elevator, shall we? And he has you guys like, follow him.
Okay.
Now, he says, let's get ourselves an elevator. It is not an elevator in the sense that you would think of an elevator, obviously.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, you walk up and then there's just like a fucking metal, no, you walk up, there's a vine, there's a couple of vines, but there's like a vine hanging down from like a, kind of like a tree type thing. He grabs the vine, yanks it, and then the vine pulls him straight up into the air at almost an alarming speed.
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
That looks fun.
I was honestly expecting like some Forest of Endor Ewok shit. This is a little different than I was expecting. Hope whatever it is can facilitate heavy armor.
Guess you'll find out.
We'll find out.
Yeah, I guess we will.
Guess we all grab a vine and yank.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll
Alright,
follow
you guys
suit.
all grab a vine and yank. Everyone roll me luck.
18.
6.
3.
Oh.
3. So true to fashion, like Leah, like you look at all the vines and you kind of like get a feel of, like, plants, and you notice like the slight differences that like are the difference between like a vine and the vine that you're supposed to be yanking to pull yourself up there. So Leah, you disappear up into the tree tops. You guys like yank on a vine, and you just yanked on a vine, and you're just like there on the ground, just kind of sitting there awkwardly. And then Aras has to come back down and goes, oh, you guys don't know how to use vines, do you?
No.
No, a little unfamiliar with
Do you have dummy vines
that's
just to make people look dumb?
No, we just have vines. You're supposed to grab the right ones.
We don't know the
They
right
grow,
one.
They grow like this. They're vines. Okay, so this
I'm not
one.
a botanist. I'm not a
Come
botanist.
here. All right,
Well,
so
wait,
look.
which
So
ones
this
are
one.
the right ones?
This one, little spiral leaves. Good, take you up.
Okay.
This one, flat leaves. Just the vine.
Oh, they-
Okay, spiral leaves go up.
Spiral leaves
Spiral
go up.
leaves
like,
go up.
Like a spring.
All
All
right.
right, cool.
Spiral.
Oh.
Like a spring. Yeah. That's kind. I guess that is kind of what they're doing there. That's neat. Isn't that a neat little thing? They got little springs growing out of them. That's how they take you up. That's cool.
That is
We live in a cool forest.
You do.
Fucking love
I'm
this place,
impressed
you
so
guys.
far.
He
It's very
grabs a little
impressive.
spring vine and shoots up into the air.
Yep.
And you
Same.
guys grab a spring vine and you shoot up into the air. Leah, you've been sitting here kind of like for like a minute, like, I probably should have said something about the spring vine.
She's just she's having a conversation with one of the other guards that like probably is keeping an eye on them, just like
It's
so,
Kevin. He's just like, yeah. So like, a lot of people like don't give pottery. It's like, like pottery is like really interesting.
You're not wrong, and it takes a lot of technique.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you can make with like basic potter's technique. You can make pots.
Rees.
Cups.
You can make cups. You can make ashtrays. You can make like a little flat thing and then make like a handprint in it and then give it to your mom.
Behold, pottery as described by Drew
I mean,
and its limitless potential.
You can make a vase. And that's when everyone kind of shows up.
Hey guys, glad you're back. Glad you figured out the vines.
Did you know that the ones you're supposed to use are like a spring-like thing? Like springs?
Obviously, that's why I got up here so fast.
We thought it was a lucky guess. Why didn't you
yeah,
tell us?
they all look really similar.
I just figured you were smart enough to figure it out, and you didn't need my help.
Okay, first of all, that's a bold-faced lie, and we both know it.
Is that in character?
Yeah.
That is the most
This little
unnerving
funny
laugh
laugh.
I've ever heard from you in my life. Some gremlin shit there you just did. Don't ever do that again.
Yeah, that was a little much, but
listen.
No, I won't.
No.
Not on this one.
Anyway.
Let's go.
Yeah. So you guys, as soon as you'll pull on little spring vines, like you're carried up into like the canopy of the trees, and you notice that like the trees and vines and all such kind of like grow together, and again like it's all just like kind of coated in like wisteria, and it creates like this almost like flat surface. As soon as you get up there, it's like a bustling marketplace, but everything is naturally, like, seems to be naturally growing from, like, the source of, like, the trees, and, like, nature just kind of, like, coalescing together. There's no, like, buildings or pavement or anything. It's just, like, the wood of the vines has made, like, a smooth pathway that, like, gives way into, like, little market stalls that are also just growing out of the quote-unquote ground, which is the canopy of the trees, and buildings are growing in the same way. It's just, like, this entire treetop city extending out all around you in like this bustling marketplace.
Do you have people that live here their entire lives?
Oh yeah, why not?
Huh. Pretty interesting.
I mean, I've lived here my whole life.
How early did they teach you about the toxicity of wisteria plants?
Oh, pretty early. You do not eat them.
Kids be dying left and right.
Like,
After what happened with Jimmy, we have to.
I mean, it's a mild one considerably. It's just more of a stomachache than anything, but still.
But yeah, like it's so honestly, like he looks left and looks right. Common prank amongst like the boys, kind of like you'll do like when you first start on the Emerald Raiders. Common prank is that like you'll be offered like some tea. It's got a little wisteria in it, and it gives you the trots.
Oh man.
It's like, I know it sounds mean, but it's kind of funny. It's a little funny because everyone knows you're not supposed to eat the wisteria because like most people have been here for a very long time, especially if you're a raider, like you've been here like a long time to like go through the training. So you're not supposed to have it, and then you end up having it, and then you gotta poop. It's pretty funny.
Sure, and I'm sure like if you expect someone to be a part of the Emerald Raiders, they've done their research anyway and should know better.
Oh, for sure.
All right.
But yeah, pretty early on, you learn not to eat the wisteria. Have you been eating the wisteria?
No.
All right, cool. Don't do that.
Hey, you person that just asked me when you learned it's poisonous. Have you been doing this thing that you obviously know not to do?
Just fair warning.
He stops for a second. He goes like, "Oh, hey, golden guy and dragon lady.
Yes.
Huh? What?
Don't eat any of the wisteria. It'll give you the trots."
Wasn't planning on it.
Wasn't planning on it.
Okay.
It does smell really good. Some people think that it's edible.
Okay, a lot of flowers smell good. That doesn't mean you just eat them.
Yeah.
They do kind of look like grapes.
You do.
I guess.
Guess, yeah.
You do see like a child like kind of like reach towards like one of the wisteria, looking like he's gonna like put one in his mouth, and it's the child's mother like does a little like tap on the hand, and goes, "No, not supposed. No, not for eating. Not for eating." And she picks him up and goes along her business. As the marketplace continues to bustle. So unless you guys want to like peek around anywhere at the marketplace or like and see what there is to see, I guess we can continue like straight on to speak with their leader.
I mean, I don't assume we're allowed to, considering we're being kind of escorted to the leader.
Yeah, we're
Hey,
allowed
we're basically
to,
under
or-
arrest. Can we shop?
Can we shop?
Oh, you guys want to shop around?
Hey,
Is that
maybe.
allowed?
Are we allowed to?
I mean, you're not allowed outside of my sight, but like I'm not on a time crunch or anything.
Oh. In which case, we could really use some potions.
Yeah, I was about to say potions, like healing stuff.
Oh, potions? Mm-hmm. We have got the best potions. Here, come on over. And you're starting to get the feeling that, like, again, this is a guy that has to deal with, like, very, very, like, nasty people. And he is very serious about his job, and he's not going to let you out of his sight. But, like, upon, like, just being, like, generally cool, he seems to be having a good time, just, like, someone who's, like, been, essentially lived, like, his life here. He's just generally having, like, a pretty fun time just having some people to kind of, like, show around. And you get the feeling, like, he is, like, he's an elven man, but he's not, elven people tend to look young for a very, very, very long time. But you start to get the feeling by his mannerisms that he's just actually, like, a pretty young dude.
Also, the fact that he said he was born here
Right.
Yeah, true.
So,
also implies he's extremely young.
Also
Yeah.
implies that, yeah.
with his statement being, like, abhorrently against the kindergartners, does Leah happen to know anything about anyone who might be on assignment here and whether or not it's usually, like, a challenge to be on assignment here?
So, Leah, roll me Roll me history.
Okay. Pretty middling. 10.
10?
Yeah.
10 will get you the very basics. No one is on assignment here, and like you don't remember the fine details, but you remember like kind of whisperings in here say that like it's damn near impossible to be on assignment here.
Okay.
It's essentially like you can kind of piece together that like, oh hey, a place where everyone knows as much about plants and gardening as you do. Gardener is not a very good cover because any like even slight slips in your facade or speech or like what you have said about something will be picked up because the average person has about like a professional botanist level of plant knowledge in this place.
Okay.
That and also, again, one of the most powerful druids in the planet guarding this place as their grove. Well, two of the most powerful druids on the planet guarding this place as their grove. Like it's taking 2 high-level druids to make a place like this exist at all.
Okay. Yeah, she just has that in the back of her mind. She kind of glances around the market as we're coming up to the potion stand and continues to play along nicely for now.
All right, so kind of going back to what we're saying. So like Aras like takes you over to like a market stall, and this market stall is like a little bit of like a bigger one. You get the feeling like the potion business is a little bit more booming in this part of the world, which kind of stands to reason. There's both like a huge amount of materials to make potions here, and probably an elevated need of potions in that even if you do know what you're doing, you can kind of like fuck around and like, dang, I pricked my hand on like a deadly snapper bush. That is a thing that I made up just now. I need to get me one of them anti-snapper bush, anti-venom potions. So it's like, potion business pretty booming here. So this stall is a little bit more of like a straight up formal shop with a doorway, but not a door, because it's all like one kind of like grown contiguous thing that you guys are all like led through and entered in. As Aras like excitedly goes like, oh yeah, you gotta go, you gotta see the potion shop. And he brings you in, and like it's kind of like a little bit more like dimly lit, like the sunlight's not getting as directly in here because like the branches have grown together pretty thickly and it's not letting a huge amount of sunlight in. And you kind of hear like a creaking around the shop.
Do we see anyone or just hear the creaking?
You can do a perception check to try to like see somebody.
12.
9.
5.
None of you perceive this being in time. Everyone roll me raw luck.
12.
I got a 4.
You're consistent of nothing. 12.
Tara,
Yeah.
you feel a pair of hands clasp you on the shoulders.
Ugh.
And you hear, "Welcome to Rick Slavenly's potion shop! How can I help you?"
Solid Rick.
That was pretty good, actually.
I've been working on it.
Man, I'm impressed.
Oh my goodness.
What
That
can I
was,
do you for?
was so loud.
Hello!
It's very loud. Oh,
Very sharply
This
dressed.
is my normal speaking voice.
I
can get no quieter.
Oh, fun.
Oh, wow.
We're just in the hoping for some potions.
Healing potions to be specific.
Yes.
But the cool potions are awesome too, if you have them.
Or anything like you can, like we can coat in, weapons coated. Yeah.
Potions galore. Let's start with some healing potions. Let's see. Hold on right there. He slurps into the ground.
Oh, I don't like that.
I'm sorry, I thought he was human.
No.
Clearly not.
Another Rick Slavenly Bayou goes, "Oh, no, he's not human.
Oh my god, there's more of you!
Multiples!
Oh, yeah, there's a bunch of us."
Oh.
Another one like slurps through a wall, like doesn't fully like incorporate itself into a human form. It's just like a human top half, and then like the rest of it is like goo leading into the wall. Yeah, I kind of just stay in the walls and the floors and just kind of pop out as different iterations of myself as much as I like to.
This is
It's a new thing I'm doing. How do you like it?
normal?
I don't think it's
Wildly upsetting.
yeah, very upsetting for customers. I don't think you should do that anymore.
Gotcha. I'll put that in the suggestion box. He continues to do it.
Yeah, obviously.
something tells me there's not actually a suggestion box.
Yeah, I highly doubt that.
Alright, buddy, I've got a suite of health potions available. We've got from common all the way up to superior, although I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Superior healing potions, though they're very good, they are a bit pricey. I am a businessman after all.
Of course, what's the standard rate on... Let's just start with standard and greater for now. What's the rate on those?
Standard healing potion will run you about 10 gold. A greater healing potion is gonna run you about 40.
Alright. And superior?
That's gonna be about $150, my guy.
Oh, that's a lot.
That's a jump.
I gotta send a lot of Ricks off to toil in the old Rick mines, if you know what I mean.
No!
I don't either.
What?
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 You know,
Are they
if I-
independent?
Sort of.
So standard or greater post? What do you think?
Probably greater.
Yeah, probably greater will be better since you're like the only person who can do any kind of healing in this team.
Yeah. Are we going to just, like, all contribute to a part, or are we doing individual? How do you all want to break this down?
How many do we want to get if we got them for the group? I feel like we all equally need them.
Yes, for sure.
Everyone needs a little bit of healing every now and again.
Why am I getting here some vibes from him?
But in a different way.
Yeah, it's
What have I done?
nothing really. You just remind us of someone, but better.
I mean, I'm familiar with hear some, but I don't really hear it.
He must have changed a lot.
I guess so.
Alright.
He said they were 40 for the greater ones?
That's correct, my hair-and-gone friend.
I myself have 350 to spare.
Same here.
For some reason, mine thinks it's only 235, which I don't know if that's accurate or not, but it could be.
Maybe 3 or 4 each?
That's a lot. Each?
Each?
Do we have the space to carry that much?
We're adventurers, we have deep pockets.
Yeah, it's a potion, Leah.
Oh, you guys are adventurers, are you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I might be able to interest you guys in something I've been working on.
Oh, well, by all means, what is it?
Alright. Hold on right here. And he slurps into the floor, and then you hear like a squelching sound as like a bunch of other Ricks like all like go into like one like little like particular back room.
That sound is unnerving.
Yeah, no, that part is worse.
Everything about him is unnerving.
Ross, is this normal?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
that's just Rick. He's a elder Ublex, big goopy guy.
That's what it
Oh,
was.
he
It is technically all
is.
one guy, sort of.
But the some parts are capable of independent action or thought?
I've learned not to think about it, you know.
Fair.
That's probably smart on you.
Interesting.
He seems like he raises more questions than he answers.
That's fair.
I don't know. And it's one of those things where like you kind of like you just accept that it's kind of weird and you just like you move. It's what I call a say yikes and move on type of thing. At least that's my standpoint. I won't like enforce my views on you guys. And then one of the Ricks comes by, hanging down from the ceiling, and goes, "Voila!" And he presents like what looks like kind of like a fishing vest. But instead of like a bunch of like fishing like bait and tackle and stuff, it's got like little pouches of potions on it. Like, this is the potion vest. It's got little micro doses of healing potions in it. If you get brought down, it'll bring you back up at 1 HP.
Huh.
I mean, it'll bring you back up and you'll feel like a slightly better than if you had died.
No, it's okay. I understood what you meant.
Yep. HP doesn't exist as a concept.
So many things I could say on that, and I'm gonna be the bigger person and ignore all of them for now.
Now this fun guy, well, it's not a mushroom, so.
I was about to say,
this
I don't
fun guy
get the-
over here is about 400 gold pieces, but worth every penny. And worth every gold.
How much was it?
400.
Oh, that's a lot.
But think about all the not dying you'll do.
That is very tempting.
I know that when I go into combat, I like to not die. These are all like different Ricks, like coming from different sources in the room.
Oh, yeah,
I
no,
guess
of
about
course, of
every
course.
time he speaks.
I think the 3 each is fine. If
Yeah.
you guys don't want to do with the vest.
The vest is tempting, but I feel like for only one, that would be a lot to... if one of us alone could handle that, that would be one thing, but
Yeah, it seems like it would dip into like all of our gold, honestly.
a little bit. For only one of us to have it. We'll just stick with the 3 potions each.
Yeah.
Alright, suit yourself. And he, like, takes the vest and then, like, puts it inside of his chest and it just slurps in there. And then he slurps into the ground.
I am so glad you explained what he was before he did that.
Oh, yeah, it is a... You know what, I'm gonna be real, like, I guess it is kind of upsetting if you, like, do, like, actually, like, mentally process it. It's like when you don't think about, like, how weird, like, a local custom that you have is until, like, someone from outside views it and you go, oh, yeah, I guess it is weird. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yep. Let's go to the checkout desk. And you go to the checkout desk and, like, Rick's body, like, comes out of the front of the checkout desk instead of, like, behind it where it should be. And he goes, alright, gold for potions. Gimme.
I hand over my gold.
I hand over mine.
Same.
And he hands you each a potion, and
He best be handing us 3 potions each.
Yeah,
so he
3
hands you
whole
each your 3
potions
potions, but so these are like really high quality health potions. Mechanically, like not do anything different than like greater or what was it?
Yeah,
Greater
healing potions. But you can just kind of tell by like the makeup of them. Like you've seen like greater healing potions before. These ones are kind of like. Usually, like you've got like greater healing potions that are like mass produced and have like a little bit of like grit and stuff like in them. Like you can see it kind of floating around. These are perfect. These are perfectly clear and like slightly like almost slightly glowing. Like these are real good potions.
Ooh.
Excellent craftsmanship.
Thank you. I actually tried this new thing a little while ago where I stopped putting oozes in every potion I make.
Beg your pardon?
What?
That was an extraordinarily concerning statement to hear.
I stopped.
That's the best part.
That's good.
honestly.
That's great.
Yes, it
that's
is
a
good.
very good business choice.
Yeah, everyone kept asking if there was cum in them.
What?
I'm done here.
Why would
Bye.
anyone ask that?
We're leaving.
I don't
post.
know.
It was a pleasure, Rick.
Oh, I think.
Well,
It
thank you for stopping by.
wasn't.
And you guys leave Rick Slavenly's potion shop.
You're in a hurry.
Toast is gonna be thinking about that comment for a while.
Everyone kept asking if that was coming, though. And so Ross, like, brings out the like, all right, is there anywhere else you guys wanted to go before we went and talk with, like, our leader? Or you guys just want to, like, kind of, like, hang out a bit? Like, again, no time crunch on my end. Like, I'm vibing. As long as you guys don't leave my sight. Don't leave my sight, or I do have to kill you. I don't want to, though. You guys seem pretty nice.
Well, I'd rather not die.
Are there going to be any like trials or anything where we have to do any kind of combat activities to prove ourselves?
Uh-huh.
Do you guys want to nap first?
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, nap seems nice.
Yeah, I guess you guys could take a nap.
Look, we've had to meet a lot of people recently, and for the mere privilege of talking with them, we had to do a lot of various things, like fighting, solving puzzles, playing card games,
Yeah.
the whole...
Just a bunch of Feywild craziness, and it's a lot.
Oh yeah, the Fae can be a lot. I mean, like,
It's
we've got pretty regular traffic in between here and the Fae, so
Yeah, they're a
I know
lot.
what's up.
So just in case... We're in that mind space, so just in case... So, like, if there's, like, I don't know, a place you could lock the door on from the outside so we don't, for the sake
I'm
of
just
trust.
gonna...
Don't say you're gonna
I
watch
did-
us sleep, because that's gonna sound weird if you say it.
I kind of have to.
Is there like a
And I
nap
really don't
shack
wanna
where
make
you
it
can
weird like
stand
that.
God?
Is there like a nap shack here?
Like a place where, like, only one possible exit, and then you just, like,
And
be at the door.
the other thing is that, like, so a lot of Fae do, like, come back and forth. It's a pretty, like, Fae-heavy area.
Mm-hmm.
And, I don't know if you guys have heard about the Week of Merriment.
Yeah.
We're quite aware of it, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we
aware.
are.
That
Too aware.
starts tomorrow.
Oh, we know.
Yes,
we're
we
well
are
aware of
aware.
that. Trust us.
I know it's not everyone's cup of tea.
It's
Like,
yeah.
I'm pretty used to it, and, like, I'm not gonna lie, I can get kind of rowdy with the pranks, but, like, I just wanted to make sure you guys knew, like, are you guys alright with that? Are you guys gonna be okay?
I don't think we
If
really
you-
have a
if you
choice in the matter.
Sleep, then you wake up, and the week will have started.
It seems like that's
We have at least I think, what is it, 1 day past the start of the week of merriment before we have to absolutely be where we need to be, so I think it's fine.
It was 3 days before you have to be where you're supposed to be, so you do have like that amount of time. So we're making a decision, doing a sleepy sleep.
We do a sleepy sleep.
It's mostly up to you guys. I'm okay enough, but if you guys need it, then
I mean, just to get my slots back would be nice.
Yeah.
do you get them back on a short rest or a long rest?
I'm not a warlock.
Just making sure.
Only warlocks are so privileged.
Chelsea,
Yes.
call high or low?
Low.
Why can't we just sleep?
So Ross goes, "Oh, I know just the place," and he takes you guys to. And I'll look kind of like you. Look, obviously, all of these buildings are wooden by the nature of the place. I'm not gonna keep saying like, yeah, and all the vines they tangle together and the blah. Like,
Yeah, we
you
get
guys
the,
get
we
it.
get
You
the,
get it.
we
You
get
get
the big.
So another building has a sign on it, and it says the Nap Shack.
Yes.
You don't think?
It could be.
I don't think anything at this point.
Let us dream.
Let's hope, please.
What are you guys talking about?
We might be familiar with the caretaker here, and we really hope we are.
Oh, I don't really get a lot of time to like visit the Nap Shack, so I don't really remember who's in charge of this place.
Oh,
yet.
if it's who we think it is, you need to make this more of a regular occurrence for you, my friend.
Oh, I mean, I am going to be coming along with you, so I guess this will.
This will be your trial run.
Yeah, I guess so. And you guys walk through the door, and you're greeted. Oh boy, you guys! Are you excited to try this new TTRPG thing everyone's talking about?
Wow, I sure am, but I heard it needs dice, and I don't know if I have any. What about you guys?
No, I haven't had any dice either. How are we gonna game in a tabletop format without any dice?
Fuck yeah! I heard you kids need some dice!
Holy fucking shit, it's Derek Diceman!
Watch your mouth, kid, and that's right! I'm Derek Diceman! I got you all these amazing dice from my friends over at Adventure Dice!
Adventure Dice, the Canadian-based dice company?
Hey, I'm the one sponsoring them! Shut up!
Okay.
At adventuredice.ca, you can find all kinds of dice. Metal ones, wooden ones, some as big as your head. Okay, not that last one, but there's tons of stuff that you can get there. And if you use the special promo code AGENTS at checkout, you can get an extra 10% off all dice there, with the exception of the charity dice.
Wait,
Wow.
hold on. Can we get, like, other, like, accessories, like dice towers and other cool stuff like a deck of many things?
You can! Kid, I told to be quiet.
Why won't you love me, father?
All right, now that you guys got your dice, let's roll for initiative!
Yeah.
Natural 20!
I got a 4.
By a cherry blossom tree.
Okay.
Hugo!
And Hugo looks to you and goes, "It's been a long time, my friends.
Oh, too long.
It's so good to see you.
It's good to see you as well. I hope you've been keeping well and taking proper care of yourselves.
That's why we're here.
So I was here.
Well, I'm glad to facilitate your care in any way that I can. I assume we're here to get ourselves a little bit of rest and relaxation, yeah?
Absolutely.
That is fantastic. And I've actually got 3 beds perfectly sized for each of you available for you here. Now, before you guys lay down for a nap, would you like any tea, coffee?
Please.
I've got some finger sandwiches and snacks, anything you'd like.
Tara tears up.
Arasis goes, "Man, this guy seems really chill."
He is.
His vibes are immaculate.
He goes, yeah, let me check my standard issue vibe checker. And he pulls out like a little like wooden dowsing rod that has like you can tell it's like a little flower on top of it that's like kind of shooting like a magical energy that he seems to be able to read. And he's like, huh, when you're right, you're right. These are immaculate vibes. Hey, do you guys have one of these?
No, it would have been great if we did.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It saved us a lot of time.
Should get you one of these. And he puts it back away in his pocket. They're very helpful. Holy crap, why didn't I use this when you guys showed up?
Yeah, why don't you use it now?
Yeah, why don't you do that for
Hold on.
everyone?
Oh.
All right, and he pulls out his vibe checker. He was like, let's start with our golden friend here.
This'll only go well for us.
All right, so Post, your vibes are Well, non-dangerous at the very least. And
That sounds about right.
that's all I'll say.
I wasn't expecting immaculate.
Let's go over to Tara. Tara, your vibes are also non-dangerous.
Oh no.
And
What do I have to try to do to fix my vibes in this moment? Deceit?
I was like, Tara, he says like, and Tara,
Yeah.
for no particular reason, I just want to say that I believe in you, and I think that you're great.
Thanks. Does he check Tart?
He checks Tart, and he's like, as I expected, immaculate vibes. He's such a sweet little boy. I've just met him, and I love him. They have a weirdly actually connecting moment because he's like a big like nature guy and like Tart is still like kind of an animal of sorts.
Kind of.
Where like well, you know what I mean. Where like they just put their foreheads together. And he goes over to Leah. He's like, all right, your turn for the vibe check.
Can I try to deceit my vibes?
Try to deceit your vibes.
Yes.
I don't think you can deceit your vibes, but you can deceit our friend Aras. Describe to me how you would try to like trick him into thinking he has read your vibes, but not read your vibes.
Try and stand close to Tart and see if his vibes like
close.
play to yours.
Stand next to Tart.
That's the obvious one, is to like
She has
stand...
like a bone in hand for Tart, like, hey.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, so she just has like bones on her person for Tart, so can she like sleight of hand a bone to like Tart to try to get the vibe checker to just like slightly read him a little bit?
I'll say like roll animal handling.
Okay.
To try to get Tart to like kind of come near you and affect the vibe checker.
Okay. Come on. Oh my god, no. It's a 10.
10?
Yeah.
You like hold the bone out to try to like get Tart to like come nearby, but you forgot that Tart is still in flying mode and he flies over, does flyby, takes the bone out of your hand without provoking opportunity, and flies back to his mommy. And he goes, you fed him.
Aw,
and
thank
he
you,
reads
Leah.
and he reads your vibes,
He's a
Leah.
good boy.
Maybe in the moment it'll be better.
He reads your vibes and he goes, all right, and and he puts his vibe checker away.
Uh-huh.
And Leah, he walks up to you.
Uh-huh. She stares at him.
He has had his bow kind of in hand the whole time, even though he's been pretty chill with you. He's kept his bow in his hand. He takes his bow and he kind of like sets it down on the floor.
Uh-huh.
And he gets closer to you. And then he wraps you up in a hug.
Oh my god.
Oh.
And he just goes, "You're in so much pain."
My god, that thing is helpful.
Wow.
You're in so much pain all the time.
Oh my...
You poor thing.
She doesn't really like that too
I'm
much.
so
I think
sorry.
you should probably put her down.
I would appreciate being put down immediately.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
You probably shouldn't hug people without their consent.
That's my bad. That's on me.
Okay.
That's a culture thing where like everyone hugs here. Like he looks over to Hugo. He's like, "You confirm?" He's like, Hugo goes, "It is very common just to like hugs are like, you know, waving here. There's a lot of hugs here. There's a lot of hugs going on."
Okay, that happened. This is okay. Yep. I'm going to go sit in the corner and reflect now. Don't. I'm done being touched. I'm done being perceived. Goodbye.
Ross looks to you guys and goes, "I'm sorry about that. Your friend's vibes are that of deep trauma and inner turmoil."
We know.
We kind of got that vibe off of her.
We've slowly been peeling back the
Yeah,
layers and we're getting an idea on what's going. Not a full picture by any stretch of the imagination.
I've only seen vibes like this from someone who was actively going through a mental breakdown in that moment. So,
weirdly,
wild that she's just kind of walking around.
Yeah, no, that's actually kind of normal for her. I guess she's just always having a panic attack.
Huh.
She's just always kind of on edge and paranoid about things, so
That's
we're working on it.
deeply unfortunate.
Yeah.
Sorry
Yes,
about
it
that.
is.
Well, you guys can go ahead and get to bed. I really hate that I have to do this. I am gonna watch you sleep. I'm
Oh,
super
just
Well,
sorry.
it's fine.
I just like
it's fine.
I feel weirder about it if I do it without letting you know.
I mean, I
But I
respect
do
that, I
have to watch-
guess, but also...
It's like it's my job, and I did warn you ahead of time that this is what I kind of got. I'm
Oh, yeah.
real sorry about it, but I do have to watch it.
We appreciate it and we respect that. Thank
Leah
you.
has curled up in a corner, put a blanket over her head, has her arms wrapped around her knees, and is like, I'm not moving from this corner until it's time to get back up.
Oh, Leah.
So you guys curl yourselves up in the nap shack. Hugo brings over like finger sandwiches and tea, and like it's like a soothing like chamomile tea, like for sleepy times. Leah, he brings you he also brings you like what do fucking rabbits like? He brings you some lettuce too.
He just brings me a salad.
No, I think rabbits do actually like fucking love lettuce.
Yeah.
Just general greens, yeah.
Yeah, so he brings you a fucking like Caesar salad, and you're all about that shit.
If there's one thing rabbits really love, it's dressing.
Right? The salad is pushed to the side at first when it's brought over, and then slowly she touches it later that night.
And you guys all have a long rest. Hooray!
Yay.
God.
And you wake the next morning, and as you all like wake up and stretch and do your morning yawn, you do look over, and Aras is just like watching you sleep, and he's like, "I'm really sorry. I'm sorry.
It's
I have
fine.
to.
It's fine.
Just stop making such a big thing about
Yeah,
it.
I don't like it,
I
but I have to."
None of us do, but you're making it worse.
Yeah, just stop.
Let's just go.
Just go.
Okay, let's
It's
go.
done. It's over.
I'm glad that you guys didn't try to sneak away or anything in the sleep time.
Why would we want to leave this place?
I don't know. I
Well,
trust you
kinda have
guys
to.
aren't like evil doers, but also like it is my job to not act on just like good faith. You know what I mean?
I more meant the nap shack specifically. Like, I understand your point, what you're saying. Just this place is.
Can we fucking go, please?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. And you guys continue on, and like, are there any other things you want to look around about town before going to speak with their leader?
No, but Leah is obviously closed off in a way you guys are not familiar with. She's usually closed off, but this way is different.
Yeah, no, it does feel a little bit more, but time and place.
Yeah, no.
Mhm.
Yeah, Ross kind of leans over and is like, I don't have like a full read on her, but she seems extra not alright. Are you guys
Talking to her now is not going to do any good.
Yeah, just give her some time.
alright, I guess. And like, Ross looks a little like, Ross looks a little guilty. He didn't like mean to like hurt someone's feelings. But he does like, he continues his job, and he takes you to kind of the center of this city, in which like what appears to be a huge palace made of trees is waiting. And then you get closer and you realize it does not have the sounds of a palace. It doesn't sound like, a bunch of like courtiers and like high ups like talking all that stuff there. It's a big like quote unquote building, again still made out of like leaves and vines and wood and such. But it becomes very clear from like the hustle and bustle, like the children playing around and like the people like doing like like morning yoga routines led by like a chipper instructor. This is more of a community center. And kind of like just sort of hanging out by like the door of the community center, you see a bear shifter that I could make you guys roll a history check, but this is one of the heroes of the last age. You'd know who this is. You see Winterra, Dark Knight, with you guys wouldn't know this as a frame of reference, but I guess this would be like more for the benefit of the audience. A not super changed appearance as far as age. There's like a couple strands of like slightly grayed hair, and then like nothing else. Which, with the time frame that has been, your first impression would be like she should like definitely look older by now. And then again, I don't feel like making this one a roll. Like any of you that know anything about druids know that there's like past a certain level, you get ageless body. I will say, like, again, when Terra Dark Knight looks largely unchanged from like that time, and you're like, she should like, your first impulse is like, shouldn't she be like, 20 years older? And you're like, oh yeah, druid, timeless body or ageless body or what have you. So that's like kind of like, I will say that is like a diegetic way, besides the fact that like there's an entire forest city that she and her wife made to discern that like, okay, so this is like a max level, possibly even past max level archdruid person that you know to be Winterra Dark Knight. And she goes, alright, so what's up?
We need to get to Wunderberg within the span of the next day or two.
Why?
Tooth Fairy?
The Tooth Fairy does suck. Why were you guys kind of mucking around in the past of the Feywild?
We had
The Tooth Fairy.
Did the Tooth Fairy send you back in time?
We're trying to fix her shenanigans that are happening this week during the Week of Merriment.
The Week of Merriment just started today.
Time travel shenanigans.
Time travel shenanigans? Oh, okay. That makes more sense. Well, I'll see what I can do about that here. I mean, my wife is away on a conference. And you actually hear...
the mute girl
from-
on a conference.
You actually hear from behind you on the winds, like... Actually, I got back a bit early.
How do we hear that?
Eh.
On the winds.
Do you not remember how that mechanic worked?
She's stronger now. She's doing it to
Just
as
go
an
with it.
AoE.
Magic
Fuck you.
druid,
Do you not remember how that
archdruid,
mechanic worked?
level
Hey,
20.
it's different now, and now I'm in charge, and you hear it on the fucking winds. Fuck you. You hear it on the winds.
Okay, fine. This is fuck my code, dude.
Just go with it.
And she like walks past you guys, and she kind of like gets near you, Post, and goes, "Wait a second. I know you.
You do?
Yes, you're from the Nut Tap Ranch." And roll a dex save
What?
Yep, nope, gets me.
as you take 2 nut tap damage as the facade is dropped, and it's one of the Feytaro brothers. They go, "Feytaro brothers, son!" And then they run off.
I thought Plague Week didn't start till like tomorrow.
No, it started today because you guys
right.
fell asleep.
Oh, right. That's right.
It's a prank war.
Scratch that.
It's a prank war.
I don't even believe I rolled for that one. Which I recall being the mechanic. I think you're just being a dick.
Yes.
Is this actually the
Is
correct...
this me being silly?
Is this
Is
at least the correct Winterra? Was the Winterra we were just talking to part of the Feytaro brothers?
No, this is the correct one, Tara.
Okay.
Okay, good.
She sees all that unfold. She goes like, I don't like when they do that. And just kind of keeps it going because she's well familiar with the Week of Merriment and the Feytaro brothers. They don't dare directly fuck with her.
Fair.
She's like, yeah. So my wife's away on like a conference thing going on here, but I'll see what I can do for you for here. So time shenanigans. I would assume that means that you guys have like ancient Feywild paint over you that these guys haven't used since the Stone Age. So I'm guessing we had to pluck you back from like the Fey Stone Age,
Yep.
which you shouldn't be able to get to if you're using a proper Fey portal. So I'd imagine you guys like what kind of ripped one in space time using magical energy.
That sums it up.
About that, yeah.
That's cool. I'm gonna have to fix that later. Thanks for my whole weekend. That's my whole weekend now.
We didn't do it.
Yeah, we didn't do that.
It's fine. It's good. And what else we got here? So sounds are you guys trying to close a loop
Yes.
time wise?
Yes.
Time loop.
Yes.
God, I hate time travel missions. All right, when is your loop? When's your loop closing? When do you got to be at the proper place?
Tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow? God. She looks over to her Ross. She's like, I sent you to get them yesterday. What took you so long? And he goes,
Because we wanted a nap.
Druids can just walk through trees. It's fine. She just has to know where the tree is. She can just open a tree portal.
I guess I can take a tree portal. I have to personally take you, and I don't like leaving this place unguarded. I generally stay here, at least one of us here all the time, so that like it's not running off its own magical energy entirely. So I'd prefer not to have to directly take you, and as much as I'm sure your guys' mission is important, I mean, if it gets really bad, then it becomes my responsibility to take down the Tooth Fairy, which I can do. but this is a rough spot. I do not want to leave my entire home.
Is there not
city
another
unguarded.
druid here capable of doing this?
Not really. Tree Stride's pretty rough, and the druids here are like a little bit more fledgling. Mostly, weirdly enough, most people choose to like be rangers, which, like, I don't get why everyone is so into like rangers around here. She says, as like you see like an elite group of Emerald Raiders training, and like the children looking on in total awe. It's like, I don't know what it is, but just like, is there people really like trying to grow up to be rangers?
Is there a statue of Erwin anywhere?
Definitely not my brother, not my twin brother at all.
There's a statue of Erwin as like a co-founder of the Emerald Raiders, but the statue is of like him and Wintera younger playing It Bites, and she is biting him.
Aw.
Yeah, that seems like how it would work. That's definitely what people make statues out of.
Yes, my most timeless memory.
Like, he asked for the statue to be commissioned, but he asked Wintera to do it, and she said, sure.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, feel like a little shit. So she goes like, alright, what can you three do? Tell me about yourselves. Let's see what we're working with.
What do you mean, what we can do? As far as what?
Abilities, magic, strength, stuff. Like, what can you do? Let me see what we're working with so I can figure it out.
Paladin.
Solutions. There's a lot of different kinds of paladins. I need more than just paladin. That's very generic.
Oath of Delivery. I can move quickly. That's my main. As far as my specific things.
Oh, you're one of the mailmen. Mail. I don't say it. I got it. Mail.
I already did.
Mailbergs. The Mailbergs.
Mailmen.
Mailman. I said that. We do our own like postal system here. Sorry. You guys move pretty quick, don't you?
Yes. As I said.
All right. How do you do that? How does it work?
Run.
Really? That's it?
Yes.
No, like magic behind it?
I mean, yes, I infused magic, but like it's still. What do you want from me? You asked me a vague question. I'm giving you answers as best as I can.
You said run. You just run fast. You just, like
tell her about
again.
like your smites and stuff.
I mean, all paladins do smites, and she wasn't okay with the idea of just like
so
paladin.
you're drawing power from like your oath. Overall,
you wanted like the sauce. Oh, okay. I understand what you're asking now. Ley lines.
All right. Can you travel along ley lines?
No.
Could you if someone helped you?
I've never tried.
All right. I've got an idea. So, like I said, I'd really, really rather not just kind of leave my forest without, like, my magical protection, and, like, I am sort of one half of, like, the battery that keeps this place running, which it could sustain a charge for a while, but, don't really want to leave it quite that long. So, what we're going to do instead is we're going to figure out a way to supercharge you, my friend, to allow you to do a little bit of a run, as you say, but run even more fast. Sound good?
Sounds like that's our only option, so let's get to it.
Yep. Alright, well, I've got a lot to deal with here with the Week of Merriment starting, and the Week of Merriment is very necessary, and as the Shepherd of the Fae, I have to help it, continue on, but it does take up a lot of my time, so I'm not gonna be able to directly help you guys out. But I can loan you a Ross. Ross, you like hanging out with these guys? Yeah, they're pretty cool. All right, I'll loan you a Ross, and what could supercharge a paladin that we have here? And Ross kind of raises his hand. He's like, could we maybe try the berries on the outskirts of town? And when Tara looks to him and goes like, actually that is a good idea. We have been cultivating those. I think we've got enough of a growth of them to probably spare a couple to give to our friend. Those might do the trick. Now, be careful on your way there. the berries, aside from being something that's under our protection, are also like kind of they're on the outskirts of town, and remember that the town is in the woods, and yeah, everything in the town is the woods, but effectively the outskirts of town in this direction would be considered like a little bit of a deep wood area. We shepherd not just plant life, but wildlife here, so don't kill any animals. I will know, but be wary of them. Sound good?
Simple enough.
Roger that.
Okay.
Excellent. Well, I hope you enjoy your time here in my town. Try to avoid the pranks, and I guess enjoy your berries. And she sends you off. And as she sends you off, you see her kind of like turn back to like kind of her duties at the community center. She like gives a couple of pointers to like the Emerald Raiders that are training and working on things there. A couple of the kids that are playing like they kicked their ball a little bit too far, and it's about to like smack into like the wall of the building, and she catches it and just like tosses it back to them like without really looking. And then she like ducks into the building. Sees someone on a ladder trying to hang up a banner where like they're struggling on the ladder, and she just like makes the ladder grow slightly taller to help them get up. And they're like, "Oh, thank you, Winter," and she's just like doing that pretty seamlessly as soon as you guys leave, and you get the feeling that that's like her whole day. So Orozco's like, "All right, I guess we're still like hanging out," and I guess I assume that this was you getting the okay, so I don't have to like watch you relentlessly anymore. So no more watch you guys sleep. That's a good plus, right?
You don't need to keep mentioning it.
What?
Yeah,
You
you
really
don't.
hung up on this.
Would it make you feel better if we watched you sleep?
Yeah.
No.
I don't want to do that.
I'm just saying
Yeah, you see how I feel?
the way that you're hyperfixating on it, I just felt
Yeah,
like the question
really.
had to be asked because you're really digging into it.
I don't think that's the solution.
I'm just pointing out how
have you ever felt
fucking weird
awkward
it
about
is.
something and you just keep mentioning it and you want to stop mentioning it, but like you keep doing it because your mouth is dumb? Just me? Okay. Fine. Cool.
Lead the way to the weird berries, I guess.
Alright. We just have to... Miss Dark Knight is very, very good at what she does, but like she's also kind of been at it for a little while, so she can get kind of like hand-wavy about things. We do have to be careful, and that like she was warning us about the wildlife, but it's not just like the general wildlife. In this direction, it's kind of like the territory of one particular endangered species that we are protecting. We have to make sure that we avoid the Bandersnatch. And that is where we'll end our tale for now.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening, and make sure to stick around until the end for some unique bloopers. A very big thank you to all our incredible patrons. Your support directly helps us create more fun content for your listening pleasure. If you'd like to become a patron to support the show, check us out on patreon.com/agentsofdamned to gain access to things like our patron Discord channel, our peek behind the screen episodes where we decompress after each session, our special bonus episodes where we might reveal more plot about our NPCs or just play other fun TTRPGs, and our patron shoutouts each episode. Speaking of, thank you to Eymbr for being a veteran operative. If you'd like to hang out with the cast, join our Discord linked in our social medias, or follow us across the internet, Drew can be found at Liger000, I can be found at Greekachu, Jordan/Hoshi at Pokachap, and Chelsea at Little Black Feather. The show handle is at Agents of Damned, at Agents of D, or at AOD, depending on the site. But honestly, with the state of social media, if you'd like to interact with us, the best way is through our Discord. Anyway, until next time, bye!
Well, sounds like we know what we're going to do today, Ferb.
Who?
Sorry, it's a reference to a friend of mine from when I was younger. We hung out all the time. It was me and my friend Ferb. We'd try to figure out what we were trying to do.
It's really
Sorry, that's
interesting
very
being able to
niche.
see Christina's
It is reactions.
reactions to this, because I'm feeling like she may have some words for you later.
I feel like we're...
Gonna be some retakes on this one.
So I've done some research into the plants here in the Emerald Forest, but to be honest, not that much. Which one's your favorite?
How did you ask such a such a casual question in such a threatening way.
What's your favorite? You have 10 seconds.
Like that question sounded like you were holding a knife to his throat when you asked it.
What's your favorite?
What is your favorite flower? Tell me.
You have 5 seconds.
Tell me or you'll die.
But the thing is, she doesn't mean it to be threatening. She's being genuine.
It sounded threatening, though.
I mean, it's Leah. We're still working on it.
God intended by hearing it read out in a robot voice on a TikTok while like there's like a temple run thing going, or from Shane Top, and I was like, I feel called out.
I mean,
Yeah, not wrong.
Yeah, it's like I can never just read Reddit. I need Reddit read to me.
I can read it if I'm in the right mood for it.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I need Reddit read to me. All right, you guys ready to roll?
Yeah.
Yep. Emerald
Alright.
Raiders. Hopefully we don't die.
And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1,